hope you're all doing well. Now that you guys have reviewed from the age of pure imperialism, we are going to keep moving forward in history, and we are going to talk today about the events that led to World War I. As we move forward in history, we are getting close to the beginning of World War I. So today we're going to talk about the causes, what was going on in the world in that time that caused World War I. We can see here, and I wanted you guys to visualize the timeline of the events going on, mostly in Europe, from the French Revolution, where we started this year, to where we are right now, where World War I begins in 1914. And we have the French Revolution that happened from 1789 to 1799, the Industrial Revolution, which actually started in the midst of the French Revolution, but remember that started in England, not in France. We also have the Age of Imperialism from 1850 to 1914 that we talked about last class period. And remember, that was brought on because of the countries these new industrialist countries that were needing more natural resources to continue to produce at the quantities they were producing. And the Age of Imperialism led right up to where World War I begins, because the countries had to stop using their resources for exploration and they had to start using them for war. I also wanted to give you guys a little bit of context of what was going on in the entire world besides just this European. And in 1861 to 1865, the U.S. had their Civil War, which is when the South seceded from the North, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about all of that more next year in 8th grade. Now today we're going to talk about 4 main factors that led to World War I. Imperialism, militarism, nationalism, and alliances. Now, in the last class period, we talked about imperialism and nationalism. And alliances, I'm sure you guys have heard about different countries making alliances with each other. And then militarism, of course, is going to have to do with the military, and we'll discuss that a little bit later. Since we just finished imperialism, I thought that would be a good one to start with. Now, imperialism is when one country takes over another country in order to gain more power. And now there's a lot of reasons that they can do this, like we talked about last time: the land, the money, the slaves, the human resources, greed, just wanting the power. Now, if land equals power, and we're talking about building an empire and getting as much power as possible, which countries in this time are the most powerful? If you'll see, we have this medium blue color in the northwestern part of Africa. That's France, all of the territory that France has conquered. And the green is going to be Great Britain, which at this time is the most powerful in terms of land area. So you can see they have parts of Canada, they have Australia, and different colonies in Africa. Now, in this time, there was also something called militarism, or known as the arms race. And that was basically making your military bigger and better. And this would be really important for some countries. So either they could attack if they needed to, they could defend themselves if they got attacked, or if your army is big enough, then other countries aren't going to want to attack you because they know that they'll lose. However, this could become a problem because if other countries are seeing that you're building up your military, they might become defensive, and it might cause a lot of tension among the different countries, which could easier lead to an outbreak of war. As I mentioned on the timeline, the Industrial Revolution was another thing that affected this road to the World War I. So think that we went from cottage industries to the factory system. All of a sudden we can produce in huge quantities these weapons, this gear, bullets and gunpowder and all of these different things in order to make a bigger military. Also, a lot of countries were experimenting with different types of weapons, tanks, airplanes, as well as chemical warfare. The third cause that a lot of historians mention on this road to World War I is nationalism. And nationalism can be described as very similar to patriotism, as a pride for your country. So think about what it means to have a pride for your country. Here in Honduras, we have people who are very proud to be Hondurans, and I hope you guys are too, because it's an awesome country to live in. So it means taking care of your country. It means doing whatever you can to make your country better. It means looking to your neighbor and trying to help them as well. Finally, we have these alliances that were formed in this time period leading up to World War I. And an alliance is an agreement between two different countries to help each other. It could be military help, it could be providing weapons or money or anything that they could need in a time of war. So if we were to make an alliance with Nicaragua, if, say, Panama were to come and attack Nicaragua, we would have to come and either help them by giving them soldiers or giving them weapons or giving them money to help support them. Some of the alliances that emerged during this time period, we have first the Triple Entity between Russia, France, and Britain. We have the Triple Alliance that originally was between Germany and Austria-Hungary, and eventually Italy joined in. They wanted their piece of the pie as well. The Ottoman Empire is what is now modern-day Turkey, and we have Bulgaria and Serbia, which is kind of where all of this started, this whole World War I started. And if you look at the colors between the countries, that is what kind of alliance they had, whether it was for aid or for treaty. Now, if you look at a map, Bulgaria and Serbia are very strategically located because they are on one side of the straits which connect the Black Sea to the Mediterranean Sea, and on the other side is the Ottoman Empire. Now, it was very important for Russia to keep that because that is their only waterway access to the Mediterranean Sea for trade and of these causes of the World War I. And there is one event that happened that most historians believe was kind of the proverbial straw that broke the camel's back, and that was the assassination of Franz Ferdinand. He was the Archduke of Austria, and he was the heir to the Austro-Hungarian throne. Now, Franz Ferdinand and his wife were vacationing in Sarajevo, which is the capital of Bosnia, and they were shot by a group of 6 assassins. Because of that, Austria sends a ultimatum to Serbia and says, hey, this is what you need to do, otherwise we're going to declare war. And they never responded. So Austria-Hungary declares war on Serbia. Then they keep trying to invade Serbia, but they are not able to because the Serbian army is too strong. Now, during all this time, behind the scenes, Russia is building up this army. Germany sees that, and they say, oh, we need to give them an ultimatum. And eventually, Germany is going to declare war on Russia. And France will then mobilize against Germany as well. And Germany will also declare war on France a couple days later. And Britain will declare war on Germany because Germany tries to invade neutral Belgium. And then the whole war just kind of goes crap. Cliffhanger for today. Next week we will be talking, well, next week is Semana Santa. The week after we will be talking about World War I. Don't forget, you guys have an activity on Google Slides too. You can do that in pairs if you want to, but no more than groups of 2. And you also have an exit ticket that you need to fill out before you can be finished in class today. I love you guys. I miss you. Have a wonderful day, and let me know if you have any questions.